Life is so sudden. Have you ever, stopped to contemplate that, to think on that? That life is sudden? We go through all the years of our lives that we're given. And it seems like, many things take time. Life feels long in moments. There are so many experiences that we have. And then it becomes sudden. Like the way of life and the reality of life flies right in front of our faces, and it's just standing there staring at us. Like the happenings of life are sudden. And what do we do with the sudden nature of life and how it arrives that way? It's as if we do not have the time when the sudden things of life begin to manifest. We don't have the time. We're scrambling. Where do we go when life suddenly becomes? I'm thinking about the grief of change. And in this moment, that change being uncertainty and unknown, going from just moving through your life and your days the way that you do to an experience that's halting, that yanks the rug from underneath our feet. Not just pulls, but yanks it. What do we do when life becomes sudden? And what of the grief of that? There's a kind of anticipatory grief that comes when life shows up suddenly. When we or someone we know, love, care about is facing the sudden nature of life. Something has shifted for them, for us. What do we do with that anticipatory grief? Because in the unknown, that's what shows up, grief, because there's the fear of the unknown, the curiosity of the unknown, the uncertainty of the unknown, because it's unknown. And what is happening? Huh? What? And what does this mean? What comes along the road now? That's what I mean when I'm thinking about how life happens suddenly. Because outside of its sudden nature of being, we're just, sort of on default. We're moving through the days of our lives. So I'm giving thought to and holding space for people who are staring with life being so sudden in front of them, looking them kind of beady-eyed. And the way of that moment, that moment of, oh boy. I'm thinking about how the mind starts to spin and how the heart starts to break just a little bit into sad, fear, angst, anxiety, What about whomever is bearing witness to your sudden life moment? And what becomes of them? Who do we become? I'm thinking about that. And thinking about what I want to consider for myself. Because life is sudden, and there are no exemptions. No one knows the way of their road. We just walk, often not giving thought or consideration to the possibility even that life would be sudden for us. So how do I move, right? What do I think on? Am I prepared for the sudden nature of life? And that preparation has to be deeply within. It's not task or to-dos. It's an inner holding or not. And the grief that comes from all angles and in different ways, with different people, in different moments. I'm appreciating spending the month of July contemplating grief, because it's so deep and wide. There's no end to the ways of grief. It has many manifestations. And the angst of it is also the love of it. How do we hold the love of the grief, the ingredients in that, when life becomes sudden for us or someone we're looking at from the outside, bearing witness to? I feel like the month of July is a special month for that reason, because grief has knocked at the door. And part of the healing and movement through our grief is to open the door when it knocks. And in the depths of our tears and distraught, we say, "Welcome in. I knew you would be coming." Teach me how to be with you. Thank you, listener, for tuning in and being in the space of grief with me. Life is so beautiful, and grief is so worthy of our attention, our honor of it, because it points at our hearts and our love and connection. So stick around for the series. I plan to be in the moment of it, to allow grief to have its own voice through me. And for now, we take a pause and give thought to ourselves, to others, in any suffering or fear. And we hold it from a deep place of love and compassion, something that feels cozy and tender and nurturing. And we find where gratitude rests. And we keep breathing. Thank you for joining me. I do enjoy and appreciate your company. Come back.